What's up, TBR family? It's so glad to be here in the last episode of our third season. We're just so excited to come back and bring some new material to you and looking forward to the next season. I can't believe that it's already this far along, but it's been an incredible ride. And as we start every podcast off, we start off with a devotion. And a devotion that I wanted to talk about just for a second is there's a scripture in Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. And it says this, it says, as one man, as iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. And I think that's something that brotherhood brings, is we're better together, we're stronger together. And so in a community of believers or in a camaraderie of a hunting camp, we notice that we just make each other better. And I think to close out this season, we are faith, family, and legacy. And so it's so important for us to talk about what we did. We had our family vacation and we got to get together for a dinner, and we just kind of want to talk about that a little bit. So make sure that when you're going through life that you don't do it alone, that you have a brother who helps sharpen you and make you better, a better father, a better person, a better Christian, a better hunter. We need each other, and I think that's a great theme for today's.
That's right, man. And you know what's funny about that is I think last season, I'd have to go back and look, but last season I think we ended with that same scripture. But it's a theme. You and I talked about it before we went red here, and it's kind of a theme as the podcast season comes to the end. And we've said it before, but our podcasts go for waterfowl season, so right. We're pretty much 30 days away from opening day of goose season here in the two Virginias, and I know several other states, and so our podcast season is getting ready to go into season 4. We always say it's crazy that 12 months have already come and gone, and we've done 12 episodes, and but anyway, I think that one was how we closed out last season. It's just fitting because we usually close out with that vacation, and I know just yesterday was your birthday, yep. And we got together and got to swim a little bit with the boys, and yep. Sophie got in your pool for the first time, right. And it was it was just a great time, awesome time together. And I was thinking about it yesterday, man. Just talking about brotherhood. You're my best friend. You're my pastor. You're my friend, my mentor. You're my business partner. You're my hunting partner. You're a great outdoorsman. I said it on social media, man. You're a great person all around, and I'm really thankful that you're in my life. Really thankful that the Lord has put you in my life and in Rachel's life. And I know Crystal and Rachel feel the same way about each other. And it's really I guess it would be, I'd say it's rewarding to have friends like you. And to do what we do together, it's an awesome thing.
Well, I appreciate it. I feel the same about you. It's like we push each other, I think, to be better, but we have a great time doing it, and we look forward to getting together. And whether if it's swimming in a swimming pool at my house or getting together just for a few minutes at the beach, really, or just a phone call, it's
That's
some
right.
great times together and great conversation, and really some great hunts. We've had some great memories this year. Has been incredible. As I guess as it comes to the end of a season, you always kind of think back of what's happened. I called a personal record striper this year with you, and you were right there and saw it. And then I killed my first turkey this year with you, and we got to film it, and all those things. Those are great moments of camaraderie and brotherhood, and we pray in the altar together, and we serve at church together, and all those things. And I think that's a great thing, is to have friends like you and people who serve the Lord together and hunt together. It makes the experience that much better when you do it with somebody you care about and like, and just enjoy company together. So
that's for sure, and that's a good word for today to start off the podcast. And hopefully, if you're listening out there, you have somebody that you can lean on and somebody you can do this with. It makes it all the better, and I believe that the Lord wants that for everybody out there. So. Looking back, I think it's fitting again to look back and then to look forward. And first, we're going to look back here. And like you said, we had a great, just all around season, fishing, hunting, deer hunting, turkey hunting, waterfowl hunting. I know, and I've said this year after year, and I hope that this continues to be the same for me. But last waterfowl season was the absolute best waterfowl season that I could have drawn up.
Right.
I got to go on several trips. We went to Arkansas, got to experience the Arkansas waterfowl hunting for the first time.
Yeah.
I got to go to Canada for the first time. I picked up my second dog.
Absolutely.
It's just been a great outdoor year for myself, and I don't know that I can beat that one this upcoming year. Maybe by numbers, but
we're sure going to
try. But as far as
we're sure
yeah, we are. We're going to give it our best shot.
Right.
That's right. And it's an awesome thing. But and I know you just mentioned, it was a great year for you. Looking forward, I think, and we always make this public service announcement that it's a great time to pull those decoys out.
Absolutely.
Great time to pull out those ground blinds, make sure they're not dry rotted.
Yep.
One call that I was going to make to you and to Logan this week was to get out and get some of that brush and get your zip ties together, and we'll start making up some brush bundles and putting them in totes. Getting ready to brush in our blinds. I think you got an A-frame blind,
yeah.
and we'll be brushing those things in, and we talked yesterday about flipping the boat over from fishing back to hunting.
Right.
It's so crazy how quick that goes. But yeah, I mean it's a PSA to get out there and get prepped, because it's upon us.
Oh yeah, and I know one of the worst mistakes we as waterfowlers make is it comes October at the beginning split, and we're trying to get our boat blinds together. It's time to get them together now. It is the right time to make those decisions, and make sure to clean up the mojo, get the batteries out from last year, as we always say, and make sure everything is working and ticking. And if you have any new adjustments, it's time to make them. It's time to go out and shoot a couple skeet. I did that actually a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
To just get back down, make sure that your shot's on, make sure your shotgun's functioning properly, make sure the choke's out, oil it, because you might have put it up rusty. I mean, some people do that, and you don't want that thing locked in, and all those things are just great things to get ready for the season. And the other thing, you talk about, you got to brush up on a good dad joke or two. You got to get ready for that. You got to get ready for that blind. And I got one for today. I don't know if you have one, but I've got one, and it's why doesn't a cow play poker?
I don't know.
Because the stakes are too high. You don't want to play with them because the stakes are too high, and
there you
go. You don't want to play with them because of that. So that's a pretty good dad joke, and just something to get out there and figure out a couple.
I didn't prep any. I know we talked about that yesterday. It's it's funny. This is my 5th month being a dad, and more of my muscles and my bones and stuff ache than I ever before.
Right.
And I don't know if it's age or if it's fatherhood or what, but I'm like, go to the doctor way more than I ever have before. It's like getting bad.
It starts creeping up on you. Ain't no question. I just turned 41, as you said, this past week, and yesterday as we're filming this on the Monday after, and so it's good to go back and look at life. But I'm telling you, it gets a little tougher to get up in the morning, a little bit more creaks. I'm not an old man by no means, but you start feeling it more, especially after having kids, and they want you to go out. And we just came off vacation, and so there was they want to be in the pool. We went parasailing and some of those things. And one thing, I mentioned this in the sermon, and I don't know if anybody listening on the broadcast or podcast has ever been stuck in an elevator, but it took me 40 years, but I got stuck in one, and it's not fun. We were in a parking garage in Myrtle Beach, and ends up, there was 9 people in the elevator, and it closed up, and it was 90 degrees, 9 people in there. Took them like 22, 23 minutes for 911 to come and call, and there was a phone button inside the elevator, but it didn't work properly. So if we didn't have our cell phones, we'd have been shot. So if you ever go on an elevator, don't forget the cell phone, because you might need it. But they came quick as they could, and we got out of there, and it's a memory. It's a memory.
Yeah,
so.
No, that's stressful when I'm at that, I bet, because you had 5 kids with you too. 5 of the 9 were kids, and I'm sure that's stressful, man.
Oh, absolutely.
The youngest being Trey, I guess.
Yeah.
Trey's what, 5, 6,
He's
7?
8 now. It's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, 8, 9, 10, and 12 and a 13-year-old, and then us adults. So it was a little nerve-wracking at first, but we got out and we had a good time. And of course, one of the best things about the beach trip, and you know this too, is when the Krispy Kreme donut lights on, you got to stop. And so we smashed a bunch of those hot donuts, and it was a great time, great experience. But one of the things we got to get together with you, so with the crawfish bowl. So tell us a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, man. We you know, that's one thing that I like to do at least once a year, and I can't take credit for doing it. My wife's cousin, Daniel Horton, he's an awesome chef when it comes to that, and they've done it for years. And I don't know if we did one last year. We tried to do it around the holidays, July 4th or whatever, but I think it was like 15 pounds of crawfish, 9 or 10 pounds of fresh shrimp. I mean, those shrimp, I looked at some of the kids and was like, they were swimming today. You know,
absolutely.
Trying to freak some of them out, but dude, they were hammering that stuff.
Oh,
and, you know, put some corn and potatoes and all that stuff in. We'll show a little video here of us spreading it out, or you and Daniel spreading it out, man. And it was so good, and I love that. And it was a great way to cap off the end of our vacation. Absolutely. And, you know, you guys come over and spend some time with us, and, it was a great memory, and it's always awesome to see. I've always felt like it's always awesome to put it on the table. And I told them not to even bring plates, but people brought, they brought plates anyway. I was like, just pick it up. You and I were just eating it with our hands, and
absolutely,
and not worrying about a plate, and just stand beside a trash can and throw it off. So we're 4 years out of COVID now, and we're back to normal.
Absolutely. No, it was great. I mean, there was everything from mussels to crab legs to all the above. I mean, there was potatoes, corn, like you said. There's mushrooms. I mean, it was a great spread. It was a lot of fun, and it came after a rainstorm, but it all ended up working out. We got a pavilion and just got together, and we fed a ton of people, and we experienced. It's an experience of a lifetime, and really to be cost effective. I mean, it's definitely cost effective for a family.
Oh yeah.
If you try to go to all you can eat, basically buffet for seafood, you're going to spend $50-$60 a head, and really to do that, if you get together with the right families, you know, I mean, you can spend $50 for a whole family, $40 for a whole family, and just have a great time. And we had a 100-quart pot. I mean, that pot was huge, full of. I mean, it was full to the brim, and it was awesome to spread it out and see the kids who. You know, I know one of my friend's kids who were there. She had never ate mussels. She probably ate 20 of them. You know, I mean, there was a pile
it's so
of
crazy.
shells.
I said it several times, like, couldn't believe those kids were eating that seafood up. I mean, my family didn't grow up eating seafood. I didn't start eating seafood until I married Rachel, which our 6-year anniversary just came up, and we shared. Rachel and I shared some crab legs for our engagement. When I proposed to Rachel, I had some crab legs. It's her favorite thing, and she didn't get to experience a lot of that through her pregnancy just because of the whole process. So, but anyway, it was awesome time together, and it was a great way to close out really our summer together. Yeah. And it was funny because as we were coming home, it was natural for my mind to flip from like summer vacation to, okay, I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for waterfowl. I saw enough geese down there to like really get me jacked up and excited. So it was like I morphed from South Carolina to Virginia. I morphed back to hunting mode, and I made a couple calls. Like Rachel was in the back sleeping with the baby and the dogs, and I'm like, I made a couple calls. I'm like, dude, and they're my hunting buddies, you know, from all over the place. And I'm like, it's time, you know, absolutely. It's time. Vacation's over, and it is. So just again, reminder: get out there, get all that stuff cleaned up, get all your things out of the way, and as always, you know, don't be that guy. And I'm always that guy, and I always make this statement, but you know, somehow I forget something somewhere and we're in trouble at the end of it. So you and I have a little bit of work to do over the next 30 days with decoys and boats and blinds and all that stuff. But we're going to try to make it happen and make it work. And so appreciate you guys. This has been a great season 3. We're looking forward to a season 4. We might have a couple things different for you in season 4. We're trying to tailor things to what people like. So, you know, we always tell you, get on there, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. We're trying to stay as relevant as possible with our content. We appreciate you guys as always. As always, happy hunting.